Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's house. I'm the Little Reader. They also call me Amanda. And you are in my house along with this beautiful shell that was borrowed from my local ocean to be returned at some point, and this beautiful lapis lazuli piece, which was just crying out to be featured today, darling. You are in the presence of powerful magic, not just with these gorgeous talismans and symbols that hold their own brilliant energy, but with your own. Have you peeked at a mirror recently and just taken in the Madge? That's short for magic. Of you, beautiful soul. I recommend it. As I was sitting in meditation before pressing the record button, the transmission was already coming through, loud and clear. So get cozy, get comfy, whether that's cooling down or warming up, getting comfortable or turning on the treadmill or taking your afternoon walk. However you nourish and love the form that you are the steward of, and the mental link to which you are connected to the vast collective mental realm, and the beautiful heart that holds your destiny and power and infinity within it. However you rock and roll with those beautiful aspects of the totality of you, I encourage you to intentionally nourish and nurture them. Now, today, Spirit wants to teach us a trick. A little trick. And all tricks are for the mind, of course. The mind loves tricks. It lives for tricks. And tricks can help the mind to loosen its grasp on our awareness. Another way of thinking of that is tricks can also free up and remind us on a fundamental level that we are, in fact, the awareness that inhabits our many parts. And a trick can pull us back into that remembrance and allow us to take hold of that awareness once again, to become a more powerful steward and even wizard of shifting our awareness to where our heart wants to place it, versus our awareness, our true identity, being the effect at the behest of the patterns of our form and the patterns of our mind. So here's the trick. It's learning to refer to your self, that which you identify as. So let's take a moment to contemplate. What do you identify as, beautiful soul? The form? Is it the body? The face? The hair? The jewelry? The possessions? Is it material things? Is it the job? The occupation? The role in the family or the community? Or is it in the mental realm? The ideas, the brilliance, the creativity, the thoughts, the legacy. What do you identify as? Let's pin it down. For most, it'll be a combination of both. Our name represents our form, that which we are recognized as in this third dimensional reality, at this precise juncture in time-space reality. And it'll be what we communicate, the ideas we share, what the conversation always rolls back to, inevitably, when we are involved in it. So pin it down. What have we taken on as our identity? Of course, through no one's fault. It's simply where we are in our evolution at this time. It's not quite hip and now to call ourselves awareness. but it will be. And once you've identified it, Spirit says, name it. You may use your name. For me, it's Amanda. For you, it could be your given name, a nickname, how you refer to yourself in your head. I just heard someone say idiot. Let's not use that one. Ideally, let's not weave in an energy of resistance and condemnation and judgment right from the get-go. Amanda. The form, the mind, the words, the ideas. Amanda. And once you've got it all pinned down, beautiful soul, brought to the fore, if you will, to the forefront, Spirit's trick today is to begin referring to that self in the third person. Not as I, Amanda, I'm hungry. Amanda is hungry. Amanda is excited. Amanda has brown hair with some sun-kissed ends. Amanda wants to be loved. Amanda thrives when Amanda goes to bed around 8:30 p.m. I know, it's crazy, it's quite early, but that's how Amanda thrives. Name the identity. Own the identity. Be the steward of the identity. But don't identify with the identity. Spirit says when we take on this third person perspective, we have the opportunity to create a beautiful space with a built-in reminder that if we can witness something from here, then we must be bigger than that thing. We must be broader than that thing in order to be capable of witnessing it from a distance. Then we must be more. And with that built-in reminder, it helps us shift into the witness perspective effortlessly. The collective has been crying out, how do we shift into the witness perspective? I have moments, it happens, and then I'm just straining the rest of the time, straining to get out of the story and into that observant, calm space. This is the trick that Spirit is offering us today. The trick and the treat. Third person. And shift your thoughts to that perspective as often as possible. This is not something that we need to utter in conversation, although you're welcome to do it. I can see Spirit smiling, I'm smiling. It would be definitely a conversation starter to answer the question, how are you, with Amanda is great. It would also be very illuminating, as it would reveal when individuals around you are addressing the form, the mind, or the heart. And that can be so illuminating because what one addresses in another often indicates where that one is dwelling themselves. So you can see, where do I meet the people in my life? Well, with this person, I meet them constantly in the realm of mind. When they say, how are you doing? They always mean, what thoughts are you thinking? With this person, I meet them in the realm of form. When they say, how are you doing? They typically mean, how's your money? How's your materials? How's your body? Are you sick? With this person, I meet them in the realm of heart. When they say, how are you doing? They mean, how's your soul? How's your purpose? Are you expanding? Are you being pushed or driven or pulled toward your heart's desires? Are you alive? Are you vibrant? Are you whole? So, you could hit them with the third person dialogue. Or you can also keep that within. It seems many of our thoughts, if not most, revolve around our identity, ourselves. I. What do I want? What do I need? How do I feel? What are they giving me? What are they taking from me? What can I gain? What can I lose? Why am I? Who am I? Where am I? What am I? I need, I want. If we can shift it into the third person perspective, we can still enjoy the natural patterns, which again are illuminating, revealing what our baseline is, what's genetically programmed to manifest as half forms in our mental realm. Thoughts, that's what our half forms are. We can still enjoy the insights, will guide us in the direction of traumas and emotions that are stored here, fears that are stored here, as well as love and joy, exuberance and talent and passion. But instead of being sucked into the narrative, in the third person perspective, we stand outside of it. It's a little trick for fun. With this little trick, my sweet friend, you'll begin to remember, I am more than the form. I am more than this link to the collective mind. Perhaps I'm even more than the desires of my heart. And with that remembrance, shifts begin to unfold naturally, without effort, without force, without intellectual understanding. Spirit was saying, you become the wild card in this third person perspective, in this beat, in this space between this and you. And in a way, your third person self, the identity that's been created for you, that thing that you are perhaps contained within, or that your awareness itself contains, that self, the Amanda, sets up a situation, sets up a circumstance. And then you as awareness sweep in and knock it down like a great joke. You set him up, I knock him down. I as awareness, I as infinity. This is the wild card effect. That's what we're calling it. You find yourself in a situation, it's been set up by patterns, it's been set up by needs, it's been set up by circumstances, all of which are out of control of this third person identity. As much as she, Amanda, thinks she controls where she lives, how she lives, what she consumes, the ripple effect of her existence in the universe, as much as she thinks she controls it, she doesn't. But she's in it. And she sets up how she shows up from thousands of years of programming, embedded into the genetic code, embedded into the realm of mind. She shows up, she sets it up. And then the awareness, the witness, always watching, always one beat behind, intentionally, flies into that moment, flies into that circumstance, steps in, and knocks it all down. Like a strike. These are the shifts, these are the changes. You find yourself waking up, becoming conscious at work, in public, at home, alone, all by yourself. And when you wake up and you realize, that's her, or him, or them. But I am over here, the witness. And when I step in, without expectation, without judgment, into any situation, whether it's alone or with a large group or with one other person or a few, when I step in as awareness, I change the entire game. I am the pattern interrupt. It's a little trick for fun. So try it sometime, beautiful soul. Alone or with friends, out loud or to yourself. Categorize that which is, quote unquote, you. That which you identify as, have been taught to identify as, are identified as by others, have elected to identify as yourself. Give it a name. And then step outside of it. Call it by its name, but recognize that you, while you are the steward of it, are greater than it indeed. Greater, not better, not more lovable, but brighter, wider, more expanded, infinite. This little trick. Just sprinkle some love into it. Love your identity with everything you've got. Give it grace, give it mercy, give it care. Nourish and nurture the form, nourish and nurture the mind. It's so much easier when you're not believing that it's the totality of you. Suddenly reparenting becomes a way of life. But it's a practice, beautiful soul. So try it. Try it today. Try it tomorrow. And see where it takes you. That is where we're leaving it for now, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for joining me in the house. It's been a gift. Always an honor to share space with the magic that is you. And until we meet again, I'm sending you all the love I've got. Always more. Never less. Because you are so very worthy of it. Bye for